welcome to my channel. Today we're going to learn how to make green chili sauce chicken tamales. And this is the ingredients you're going to need to make your tamales. So first we're going to start with the sauce that we're going to make. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 garlic cloves. We're going to use 6 peppers, jalapenos. We're going to use about a handful of cilantro, and we're going to use half of an onion. And we're going to need 20 green tomatoes. And all this we're gonna put to the blender. We're gonna mix it and we're gonna make our sauce, our green chili sauce for our tamales. Then we're gonna put 2 chickens, full chickens. We're gonna put them to boil all the way to the top with water. We're gonna add 3 garlic cloves, 2 teaspoons of salt, and 1 onion for flavor. And that we're gonna put to boil. Once our chickens boil, we're gonna mix our masa. We bought from the store 6 pounds of pre-prep masa. So this is pre-prep masa. It has everything you should need to make your tamales, but we like to mix it with a little bit more ingredients at the house. So we're gonna add 1 cup of melted lard, and we're gonna add 1 teaspoon of baking powder and 1 cup of that chicken stock once that chicken's done cooking. And this is an example of the lard that I buy from the store. We buy manteca, which is lard. So this is the lard that we bought from the store. And for once your masa's done, we're gonna use 2 packs of corn husk. We're gonna use 2 packs, but they're large packs. If you buy the small ones, you might need 3 packs. So this is the ingredients we're gonna need to make our green chile chicken tamales. So here we put our 2 chickens to boil, and we added half of the onion, the 2 teaspoons of salt, and the 3 pieces of garlic. So now we're gonna put the chickens to cook, and they're gonna boil, and once they're boiled, we're gonna shred them. Now we're gonna put to boil our 20 green tomatoes, our 6 peppers, and we cut a piece of that onion, and half of the onion, and we threw it in there, and a piece of garlic. Now we're gonna put it to boil. We're gonna put it to boil at medium-high. And then once it's done, we're gonna blend it in the blender. Now that our chickens are done boiling, we're gonna turn them off. And they're finished cooking. So now we're gonna turn them off, put them in a pot, and let them cool for about 5 minutes. And then we're gonna shred them and take the bone off. Now we're gonna start making a green salsa. So we're putting in the blender, we're gonna blend the tomatoes and the chili. And we put the onion there. We're gonna put the cilantro, and we're gonna put the rest of our salt in there. 1 teaspoon of salt. And then we're gonna blend it, and we're gonna make our sauce for our green chili tamales. So now that we shredded the chicken, now we're gonna put the chicken and the green sauce, and we're gonna cook it so it could simmer and get the flavor of the sauce, and we could start making our tamales. We're gonna start to make our masa. We already added half of it, and we're gonna add half of a cup of melted lard, and then we're gonna add a teaspoon of baking powder, and we're gonna add half of a cup of chicken stock. The juice of the chicken that we were cooking, we're gonna throw it in there to give it flavor to our masa. So we're gonna put it in there. So all this liquid's in there. So now we're gonna start mixing it. And we already added like almost 2 pounds of masa in there. So we add the liquid so our machine won't get pressured with all the heaviness of the masa. So we're adding a little bit at a time. So the total amount of masa that we're gonna add in here is 6 pounds of pre-made masa that we buy from the store. The reason we add more liquid, more chicken broth, and the lard that we add to give it more flavor. And then the secret ingredient, well, it's not an ingredient, the secret reason we do this is because the smoother your masa is the softer your tamal will be. So if you want your tamal to be like super fluffy and the masa won't be hard, this is what you need to, the secret is in the mix of the masa. pretty much. You need to give it a good mix, even if you buy it from the store made. So even though we buy it and it's pre-made, we still add more stuff to it. And I didn't add more salt to it because the chicken stock had already the salt. We added 2 teaspoons of salt to the chicken when it was boiling, cooking, so it could have flavor. So we don't add more salt. But you could always try your masa to see how's the flavor, and if you think that it needs some salt, you could always add more salt to it. But to me, this is how it works for me. So I don't add additional salt to it, because when they prep it at the store, they already added salt. But my chicken broth had already salt in it. But like I say, you could always taste your masa. And we're gonna mix it for about 6 minutes, and then we're gonna check. So we're gonna put our corn husks to soak, and we're gonna put them in about 2 gallons of water, and we're gonna put it warm water, and we're gonna put them in there to soak. And after you soak them for about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, you can either do 10 or 15, whichever you want. Once they're a little bit soft, you can come back and you rinse them. You make sure that you rinse every single corn husk, because what you want to do, you want to get rid of the corn hair, because they have corn hairs, if you can see. And that's what you want to rinse off your corn husk. And we'll come back after 15 minutes. We're going to get started. We finished doing everything's ready. So now you're going to start to put your masa on the corn husk. And once you put like 3 little spoons of it, then it's ready. Now that we put the masa on the corn husk, we're going to put the chicken. So see, you put chicken and then you fold it into 3, and then you fold it in the middle. And there you go. You have one tamal ready. So we're going to do another one. Oopsie. So we're going to put the masa on it. There it is. Just 3 scoops of masa with just a regular spoon. And then you add your chicken in the middle. So you always make sure you put a little bit of the sauce to your chicken so it could be nice and so it won't be dry. And then you fold it, 1/2 and then the other half, and then the middle. And before you know it, you're done with all your tamales. So you keep on going until you finish. But pretty much this is the thing. So we're gonna get masa and put it on our corn husk. See? And you just spread it. You don't have to put it on the top because you fold your tamal, so you don't need to be putting masa on the top because you're gonna fold it. So once you put your masa, you put your chicken, and I'm gonna put a little bit of sauce on top so it won't be dry, and then you fold it. 1, 2, and then you fold it in half. And there you go. Before you know it, you're done with all your tamales. To cook our tamales, we're gonna put water on our pot just to the section where it divides it, and then we put the separator, and that's how we're gonna put our tamales to steam. So we're gonna cook them in a steamer. So there's water down there. That's what's gonna cook them.